You talk about behind the video about the one benefit the government has for business about the loan.
Yes.
Can you please explain to the people is watching the video, and also how long is the opportunity to get this loan, because people know. They know.
Okay, so that is a great question. Let me, I'm happy we're talking about this, and I'm going to talk to a group that I work with. It's a group of veterans. These are veterans of my community, and I'm also speaking to truck drivers. I'm speaking to anybody who is out there who has a side business, no matter how small. As long as you are in business, and you have been in business since either 2019, or even if you started in 2020, and you have reported your information to the IRS through your tax returns, then this is really for you. There are other opportunities out there in terms of loans, in terms of grants. There are so many things that have evolved as a result of the COVID. I had a conference sometime last week, and I was talking to people about if there's any one thing that we can take from the COVID, which is something positive, it should be the amount of money that is being put at the disposal of small businesses.
Because the government wants to support these businesses to maintain.
Exactly.
And the economy can be equal.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I mean, the United States is the most powerful economy in the world for a reason. And since the COVID started sometime in March of 2020, the United States alone has invested almost $2 trillion in investing in the economy, in putting money in the economy. And this is huge for small businesses in our immigrant communities. We had the PPP, we had the EIDL, we have the advanced grants, we had all individual grants from sectoral grants, all sorts of grants that were being given. And they also started something late in 2020 called the EIDL loans. The EIDL loans is a loan that is being given to small businesses. So the realization is that when something is given to a business, they don't see the value of it. But when you have a loan, you can manage it better because you have something to pay back. And over 90% of businesses that fail in America is because of cash flow. Cash flow is behind over 90% of companies that fail. I repeat that, 90%. So a way to really make these companies not fail was to inject that cash flow into those companies. And the Congress, they signed into law these EIDL loans. And late in February this year of 2021, they actually clarified these EIDL loans. There was about over $110 billion that was put into that kitty. I think it was a lot more. And that was for small businesses to be able to take it. They called it EIDL 2.0. You could take up to $2 million per business. $2 million per business. So how do you get this money?
Yeah, how do people qualify?
How do you qualify? I mean, I have been helping in lending for quite a long time, and this is one of the most lenient loans that is out there. What you do is, it is not based on your net profit. It is based on your gross receipts. So if you are showing that you actually receive from your business, let's say you receive $100,000 from your business in 2019, then they take that amount of money and they multiply it by 2. So you qualify for you are eligible for $200,000 because your gross receipts people paid business for you up to $100,000, then you can get up to 2 times that number. Number 2 is, when you have a loan, when you go for a loan, there's a credit score requirement. Yeah. The credit score requirement for this loan is the lowest you can get in anywhere in the market, 570.
Wow, very low.
Yes. And then you must have been in business before the COVID. However, and this is very, very interesting. If you started reorganizing your business anytime before March of 2020, but you only started making money later on in the year of 2020, then that money will be taken. If let's say you started making money in June, they will take that money for June that you received as income. They will take for that 6 months that you started June to December. They will take that money, divide it by 6 because it was only 6 months to get the average for 1 month. Then they will multiply that number by 12 so that they will assume that if you had been receiving that money for the whole year, this is how much you would have received. Then they multiply it again by 2.
So they assume this is your average amount
per month, yes.
And enter to the company.
And then they multiply it by 2. They give you 2 years worth of money. Wow. That is what they are giving you. That is. Number 3, you have to be either a business or an individual who is either an alien in the United States, what they call alien, or you are a United States citizen. It could be a business. If you're a business, then the business has to be a legal business in the United States. Then number 4, the other thing would be, and this is crazy, when they give you that money, when you are funded, you will use that money for 2 years without paying them a dime. 24 months, you don't pay a dime.
And no interest is too?
No, for all that period, you're not paying
so in
nothing.
2 years, you don't have to pay?
Yes, you don't have to pay.
Interest too?
You don't pay interest, you don't pay nothing for 2 years. And then it's after 2 years that you start paying the money. The money, they take it, they divide it by 36 years, by 30 years. So it's a 30-year
to pay that
you have to pay it back.
And you can pay in
you pay it.
Payments.
Yes, you pay it gradually, monthly, but over 30 years. It's like a mortgage.
Yeah.
So basically, the aim, what I see with this is that their intent is not to get the money back. Their intent is to push the economy. They want to push the economy. So what I see within our communities is that I am surprised. There was, as of last week, there was still $70 billion in that kitty. Oh $70 billion.
So not everybody take the
with a B, with a B.
Yeah.
90, and I assume many of us within our community don't even know that the money exists. And the worst part is that legally, that money is going to expire. The due date, the expiration for that is December 31st of 2021. So this year
expire?
In 1 month.
The last day of this year expires?
Yes, it expires. So my call is our society should take advantage of this. People, all small businesses, if you don't know how to do it, I have given more than 350 or 400 people have had those loans. Businesses have had those loans through my company. So people should call us. Call our company. People should call me on my cell phone, and I can, within 10 minutes, I should be able to tell you what you are eligible for, what you qualify for. And people should, I want to assume that this month, people should get in there. Don't be left out of this, because all our businesses need cash flow. And there is no other place that you can get this type of loan. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. People should take advantage.
You know what? This makes me to ask you something else.
Yes.
It's another question is for people like me, the Hispanic people.
Yes.
So if Americans don't take advantage on that because they don't know, or maybe they don't put too much attention on it, what happened with the Hispanic people? Because I read an article and they say the 45% the small business are made for Hispanic people. So how you can teach them or tell them take advantage on that?
Simple. I think the big problem we have Most of us, we are, especially in the United States, we are so focused on what we do that we just don't get information. And at times, there are some information that come to some people, they just believe that that is not for me. Because you are used to never getting these type of things. But I tell you, this is reality. That is the role of a consultant. As a consultant, I tell my clients that my role is to help you get richer. My role is to help put money in your pocket. My whole role is to help you comply with those things that the law is asking you to comply with. But my role is also to help you avoid liability and also make sure you get wealthier. I am not the cheapest guy in the market, but I'm the guy that's going to put money in your pocket. And I tell people my role also is to have my ears on the ground, to be your listener of what's happening. I am always listening to what's happening in Congress because I want to know, that is where the decisions are taken. And that is why when I call the SBA, when I send documents to the SBA and I follow them, I remind them of what the law says. Because some of them don't even understand what the law says. You remind them of what the law says and tell them that this is how the law is supposed to be. This is not the traditional loan that you're used to going through different stages of underwriting. This is by the law. The law says 570 credit score. The law says this. The law says that. The law doesn't say etc. The law just lays that out. And if anybody meets that, because we have checked and they meet that, I think you should also see that they meet that. So these are out there. The only thing is just keep informing our communities. Tell our people. Let them know that these loans are out there. There's money out there for them to get access to it. Let them have access to it. Again, the due date is December 31 of 2021. They might extend it because there's still so much money in the kitty. They might, but don't take chances.
Yeah.
You don't have to take chances because there's a lot of arguments in Congress all the time. Some people don't see value to that money. Some people see value to it. So don't give any chance. When there's something out there for you that's to benefit your business, take it.
And how the business qualify to this loan?
Simple. If you are a business, you apply through your EIN number. If you are an individual, then you apply to your Social Security. If you have so many businesses and they are not structured as individual businesses, then they will go under your Social Security. It just depends on how you structure your business.
You're talking about in the past about, you have drivers, they
Yes.
have their own company or
Yes.
self-company,
Yes.
they have one truck,
Yes.
they work by themselves.
Exactly.
This is the people you're talking about.
Anybody who has a 1099,
Okay.
anybody who has a 1099 is a business. As long as you have a side business and you are receiving money, you are not working for someone else, then you are eligible for this business. As long as you are eligible for this loan, as long as you're not working for someone else. It's not for employees, it's just for contractors, and it's for business people, it's for anyone who owns a business, who's a contractor or any of those. You qualify for that loan. As long as you meet the other requirements,
It's
yes.
very great news.
Yes.
The only thing is only have 30 days more and expire.
30 days is a long time.
Yeah.
30 days is a long time to make
You
sure.
say it's easy to qualify. You right away know
If
the
you
which
call me, okay,
companies.
let me tell you. I tell people if you want to send me, I tell people when you call me for this loan or you call any member of my company, if you call within my company, all of the girls and the people who are working there, they will ask you 3 questions and they will look at your tax return and they will tell you right there what you qualify for, what you are eligible for, right there.
In minutes.
It's pretty straightforward. The government has tried to make it as easy, as simple as possible so that people have access to it. The caveat is that the SBA at times is slow to making things happen. They are slow to approving certain things. But once you're in the system, you are in the system. Yes. The only time that is going to close before that is if the money expires. But I tell you, there's still a lot of money in there. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is very, very good news.
Yes.
I hope so the most people can take advantage on that.
Exactly.
And for the Spanish people, a toda la gente hispana, tomen esta oportunidad. Esto que nos está diciendo este contador es increíble. Si usted tiene una compañía, por más grande o pequeña que sea, recuerde, este préstamo termina el 31 de diciembre de este año. Es fácil calificar y usted puede tener una oportunidad muy grande para hacer crecer su negocio. Lo tiene que pagar el dinero en 2 años y no hay ninguna penalidad durante estos 2 años, es decir, no hay intereses. Así es que tome esta oportunidad y hágalo lo más pronto posible. La verdad es impresionante esta información que, como él mismo lo menciona, nadie pone atención a lo que el gobierno está haciendo, a lo que los congresistas están haciendo, porque esto es para ayudar la economía de Estados Unidos ahorita que estamos todavía en la época de COVID. Tome ventaja.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. So again, my call is, even if you think you don't qualify, at least call us so that we can tell you that you don't qualify.
Yeah.
Just, you don't want to let it go. Try and see if you qualify.
You look in
Exactly.
the ways to make it happen.
Exactly. Call us.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is that's something I really wanted to put out there so that people know that we only have 30 days to make this happen, and we should take advantage of anything that's out there. There's so many other things that are happening, but this is the big one that I want to talk about.
It's great.
Yes.
It's great. Thank you so much for all this information.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.